Alright, y'all, we back with another one. ZZ the King. Like and subscribe. Hit me up on social media, Facebook, Zach King. I'll be there. Like and subscribe, comment, let me know how you feel. But as I promised, this is the second one from the day. I'm finna upload it immediately, but it's coming. You got the first one already, the top five apprentices of Jigsaw. But now I got a special one for y'all. I'm doing this all next month, but I decided, hey, I might as well kick it off now since this month almost over. And it's a new series. It's a verse series. Now, this is not like any other verse series you ever seen before. I'm doing verse, not like a Child's Play in a reboot or Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1 versus the reboot. No, I'm doing different franchises and different series with similar aspects. I'm going to give you an example. The first one I'm coming out with, Harry Potter World versus Star Wars. Then I got another versus. I'm going to break down Palpatine versus Lord Voldemort. I chose him over Darth Vader because he's Darth Vader's boss. And Voldemort is the boss of bosses, the final boss per se. So check them out when they coming up in the next couple of days and weeks. But sticking to that same thing, get a little sip of this wine, the wine of the day, Stella Rose. Lovely. I got something special for y'all. I'm going to bring it to the screen. The original copy, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer Stone. Or for my UK and Brits across the river, the Philosopher's Stone. However you want to call it. But without further ado, I'm finna get into it. Harry Potter, the review. I will tell y'all a quick story real quick before I get to this. If you want to have a franchise and start your franchise off to the right foot, take notes for this movie. I'm talking about the world building, the building of characters, the way people gonna act and portray themselves throughout the franchise. It all starts here. And starting the review off, like I said, like and subscribe. ZZ the King. Spoilers for the entire Harry Potter franchise, because I'm finna go through all of them in the month of February, the month of love. Starting with this one. It kicks off with, Harry in the cupboard, you know what I'm saying? You seeing his daily life, his daily routine. When the movie kicks off, he's getting bullied and basically being the you know what I'm saying, the help of the house, because he's an orphan who was taken in by his aunt and uncle, the Dursleys. Vernon and Petunia. He has a cousin the same age as him, is Dudley. And they basically all mistreat him, treat him bad. You know what I'm saying? He a burden to the family. He gotta get their breakfast, get their coffee, you know what I'm saying? Treating them. But this particular day is Dudley's birthday, so they go to the zoo. That's when Harry, you know what I'm saying, start talking to them. Now they going through the exhibits, nothing really popping off. Until Harry wanders off to talk to a little snake. Well, just visit the snake. When he started talking to him, he realized that's kind of strange. I got powers. Dudley see the snake reacting to Harry, so he came over there trying to take all the shine. Boom, boom, boom. Harry makes the glass disappear, absorbing his magic power, and he goes tumbling into the water. I'm not going to give a beat by beat, play by play. I'm just setting it up for how the movie starts. After that, it's a couple scenes happen where they doing this. Harry getting his Hogwarts letters, but Dursley, Vernon is steady cutting them up, burning them in the furnace, not giving them to him. Till one particular day, they all just start flooding out, all the Hogwarts letters. So they go to a remote island in which they trying to be secluded where the letters can't reach them, the wizards can't reach them. That's when we are introduced to the beloved Hagrid. He comes and gives Harry his letter personally, takes him off to Hogwarts. Now things get to popping off. Like I said in my previous review in My Love of Harry Potter, go check that out. These movies age with the kids of the age. Like, I think Harry starts the movie at 11 and ends at like 19. That's how the movies age for all of the fans. And even for grown-ups, if you took your son or daughter there, or you was a little older like I was 17. These movies, if you watch them, they got something in them for every age. You know what I'm saying? From kids to teenagers to adults. And it gets very dark, as I already discussed. Back to this one. So Harry getting his exposition dumped through Hagrid. But it's not an exhibition dump like you would normally see. Exposition, when you hear it, you know you getting the information you need to know. But sometimes you could be like, okay, exposition. They give it to you in a way where it's lovely. It's exploring the world. You seeing all the wizards in a wizard grounds. They hats. The magic things happen. Hagrid giving him backstory to Dumbledore and where he gonna be learning and what he gonna be around. And you seeing all this magical world for the first time viewer, kid or adult. I'm looking at this shit like, man, it's good. Boom, boom, boom. He get to doing that, getting everything. He gets situated. He meet up with the Weasleys, who's going to be an integral character throughout the franchise. Basically, the secondary character next to Harry. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the game. He meets Ron. They go through the, they at the, crustacean cross. They go through the 9 3/4, all da. Now they on the train talking, they get acquainted, he cool. When Ron realized who Harry is, Harry like, yeah, I got the scar, woo, he show him, the famous scar. So now Harry's starting to realize the little mumbles. Every time somebody see him, they say something, is that the real Harry Potter? Is he here, woo woo? So the mumble and rumbling start coming through the train that Harry is coming to Hogwarts. He don't know why he's so famous, but it's going, you know what I'm saying? Hagrid told him a little something, but it's going to come all out through every movie. They just building it up perfectly. By this point in the movie, it's about an hour into the movie. I'm fully enthralled. I'm like, whoa, this shit good as hell. I got 7 more of these movies? Hell yeah, that's what's up. So anyways, he gets to Hogwarts. Now he met Hermione on the train. He meet Neville. You just starting to meet the characters, you know what I'm saying? Crabbe, Goyle, Malfoy. They had a little bicker, bam, bam, bam. Everybody gets sorted in their houses. Now, when the movie plot starts, they just start, you know what I'm saying, being kids. They going to classes, learning things, meeting the teachers, going through phases. It comes to a point in the movie where I know Harry was in Quidditch, which is like their version of soccer or football or whatever your country's favorite sport is. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to go through every beat and track. I'm just trying to get through the main beats of the movie. So midway through the movie, the problem comes about, they start hearing about the Philosopher's Stone, which is something that can bring Voldemort back, because he's the big baddie, but they calling him you-know-who. He's such an evil entity, an evil Dark Lord, that you can't even speak his name. So they think it's their mission as 11-year-olds to get the Philosopher's Stone, I guess to give it to Dumbledore to keep it safe. So throughout the movie, it's hinting that Snape was a Death Eater, which is the Dark Lord's followers. They setting him up as the antagonist throughout the movie, and you meant to believe it because he's a Slytherin head of the Slytherin house, and he's just a bully, evil, mean motherfucker. And if you know anything about the books, he worse in the books than Alan Rickman play him as Snape. And by the way, I'm not going to really get to cast too much because I've done that in several videos. And by this point, we know these damn characters by first name basis. Anyways, back to what I'm saying. So they starting to figure out, you know, so they got to get this Philosopher's Stone, woo woo woo. At the end, You know what I'm saying? They going through the movie. He get the one of the Deathly Hallows for his Christmas, which is a invisibility cloak. They going through the movie. Hagrid giving them information here and there. He always say, "Oops, I shouldn't have said that." He always willingly give them information, but over talking to stuff he shouldn't say. So when they talk to him, they get information, and they go research. Hermione go to the library. They come back, huddle up, make a plan, and they execute it. By the third act, they know what they going after. They think Snape is the bad guy because he got bit by the three-headed dog that's guarding the entrance to get the Philosopher's Stone. All of that is set up. Throughout the book, they said it was way more challenges, potions, all kind of things they went through. They obviously didn't put everything from the book in every movie. But in this, they go through a phase where I feel everybody had their chance to shine, where Ron is they set this up perfectly. Like they was playing chess, they was playing like wizard chess, where the pieces move and do like fights. And I remember during that part, Hermione was like, that was barbaric watching it. And I'm thinking, damn, that's cool as hell compared to Muggle chess. Anyway, they set that up perfectly. So now at the end of the movie, Ron gotta orchestrate the chess match with him, Harry, and Hermione. He orchestrate that and sacrifice himself so Harry can go on. Bam! He sacrificed himself. Harry get the checkmate. Hermione telling them, like, throughout these, it's one thing they had to get through, like a broomstick where Harry had to ride it. Hermione using her skill basically because she's smarter than both of them and technology, and she used her mind and her wizard skills to help them be the heroes that they are. So that's how she played her part. And Harry is the star. Plot armor, whatever. Luck, whatever. It's his damn job to be the chosen one to win. So he do it. The early movies he kind of got lucky, help. The later movies is when he's starting to kick ass and do this shit himself. Anyways, at this point, he 11-year-old boy. So he get into the contraption where the Philosopher's Stone is, and that's when he noticed Quirrell, which was his defense against the dark arts teacher, which is I'll get to that when I get to the point, but this is a position that's been cursed by Baltimore. Everybody who worked this position worked it 1 year or less. You know what I'm saying? It's just cursed. So Baltimore since he's been gone for the last 13 years, he got Horcruxes. I'll get to that when it comes to the point. But he got split personality of his soul throughout the, Harry Potter universe and certain objects. So now he's basically a leech, a parasite. He's strapped to the back of Quirrell's head. And Quirrell wears a turban to where it's always covered. So he's been instructing Quirrell throughout the entire movie. And this is the final third act where he meets up with him. Like I said, I didn't get to every beaten pop point, but it's throughout a part in the movie. It's called a Mirror of Erised, which is a mirror that shows you your biggest desires and fantasies in life. Dumbledore tells Harry, the happiest man in the world to look in the mirror and see himself, because he happy, he's satisfied, he content. But if your desire was to get your be a basketball player or be a lawyer. Whatever your desires and heart desires and life goals is what you would see. Harry's life goal was to see his mom and dad and be a family. So he was just in front of the mirror constantly. Dumbledore telling him, like, don't dwindle on that. I done seen this mirror drive motherfuckers crazy. That's why I'm finna get it up out of here right away. I say you done been down here a few times anyway. That's just a little plot point I went too much on. But that's where Quirrell is standing in front of it because he's trying to see his desires, and Baltimore's starting to talk like you hearing it before he revealed the turban that Baltimore back there. You hear the voice, but you just think it's a voice without knowing it's on his head literally. So he like, what do you see? He says, "Sire, I see me holding the stone right now." And that's when Potter like, oh, Snape didn't do that. He started basically, this is the plot point, the twist or whatever the reveals. He's like, oh, Snape ain't been the bad guy. It's been you. He's like, you did all this. He's like, yeah. What you thought they was gonna think I wasn't the little stuttering guy who the belittling? They think he kind of like a weirdo defensive art against a dark arts teacher. So he kind of trying to be big shit. Like, yeah, y'all thought I was just a lame woo woo talking this little villain spew. That's when Baltimore like he got the stone, get it from him. He like, I ain't got it. He like, it's in your pocket. They do some little magic where it forces Harry to come into their possession. Harry got the stone in his pocket without knowing or wanting it. The stone only applies for people who want it but not use it. So if you want to use it for bad or for your endeavors, it won't appear. But if a motherfucker just want to see it or possess it or know what it is without want to use it for bad intentions, they can get it. And that's why Harry had it. So when dude try to like Quirrell try to approach him and like take the stone from him, in a clear defense mechanism fashion, Harry puts his hands up to stop Quirrell from attacking, not knowing that the blood running through his veins is possessed and blessed by his beloved mother, Lily, R.I.P. That's how she took off Baltimore. This love is the most powerful magic in the wizarding world. So throughout that, no weapon formed against Harry should prosper, long as her blood pumping through him, and long as he close to a family, which is the Dursleys. That's why he lived there and getting tortured. That's like, on the scale of things that have to happen, is how Dumbledore weighed it out. Yeah, I know there's some pieces of shit, but that also keeps him alive and protected. So when he put his hands on Quirrell in defense mechanism, it just started melting and like turning his face to ash. And Harry went in a little demon, a little heel turn. Once he noticed that, he looked at his hands like, whoa. He went right into it for the second time, and that's when Quirrell just